next definition I want to speak with you about is asylum seeker. So asylum seeker is a stage between someone just entering a country and someone being a refugee, official refugee with a status and all the documents and all the rights approved. So when you come to a country and you want to be a refugee, you first need to report that and seek asylum in something called RSD, Refugee Determination Status. Once you give this RSD form, you become an asylum seeker. So all this time that your request is not being processed, it didn't get denied yet, you're still an asylum seeker. Once the RSD form is approved, you become a refugee. So a lot of the people that we're working with are in this stage of asylum seekers. And when we'll speak more, you will understand why there are so many asylum seekers that are kind of stuck in this stage of just asking for asylum and not being a refugee. And there are very, very little refugees in Israel, which is a unique situation that doesn't happen in many countries. Now here we have the definition of what a refugee is by the UN. It was determined in 1967 in the Protocol for Refugees' Rights. And the definition says that a refugee is a person that is found outside of his country of origin because he has an established fear to be persecuted because of race, religion, belonging to a certain social group, belonging to a certain political group, belonging to a certain nationality or ethnic group, and he cannot be protected in his country of origin. And this is why he has to seek asylum in somewhere else. Now, in this definition, nothing is pointing on how this refugee needs to go to the country of asylum. It just says that if he has an established fear to be prosecuted because of many, many reasons, he has the right to seek asylum. So this is by international law. Eritreans and Sudanese in most countries, you'll see the statistic later, but in most countries, they do get a refugee status. Here in Israel, most of them are still in the stage of asylum seekers or their RSD was being denied, but they're still here because a lot of organizations are going to court because those rejections are not legal by the international law.